Hey, good morning, refreshed body and soul, and I am ready to shoot my troubles. In the previous video, my first test drive with the Renobug was cut short by a hiccup that brought me to an abrupt halt in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe talked too soon. She just died on me. What's wrong?
So today I'm going to see if I can fix the problem and take her for another drive. You know, I was thinking on my drive here this morning, my house is about a kilometer or so away from the shop. They say on average we sleep 8 hours a day. So that means that I've slept over 21 years already. Holy cow. But then, I do know some people who sleep and rest away most of their lives. Never assume something. So first things first, I don't trust the fuel gauge yet. So let's confirm that we do have fuel in the tank. Oh yes, definitely, look at that. See, right there. Plenty of petrol. So that's not the problem. A number of you guys suggested that my engine dying could have been caused by a vacuum lock because I'm using the original radiator cap here as a fuel filler. Now it's a good suggestion, but it's not that. I installed it in a way that I do have a separate vent. I explained that in a previous video, but let's go back in time quickly and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I built this fuel tank in a previous video and quite a few guys voiced a concern about whether my radiator cap modification there with the overflow pipe and all of that will actually let the tank vent and breathe. So I think I'm going to make a cross-sectional drawing of this business so you guys can see how I've been thinking. Here's my attempt at a sketch. It's obviously not to scale, and this would be in the radiator application. So there is my radiator tank, there is my radiator cap, and then the red bits are the rubber seals, and there's the spring with that valve there, if we can call it that. So now if the pressure in the radiator increases, once it overcomes the pressure of that spring, it will push this valve open, and we will be able to vent that pressure through the overflow pipe and into the overflow bottle, or essentially to atmosphere. Because we've still got that seal there, that hot water steam can't go out past the cap. Here's the same setup, but now in my fuel tank application with a few important changes. Number one, I've now connected that overflow pipe to the fuel tank. And number two, I've compromised that top rubber seal. You can see that little red stripe is now removed. So what have we got now? Air can escape from the tank through the overflow pipe into this cavity, and then it can leak out through there, out to atmosphere. So the tank can vent and breathe. At the same time, the cap, whilst it is in place, still seals firmly there. So we can't have any air or fuel escaping through that opening. Now if the pressure in the tank should increase, if the car is standing in the hot sun or something, they still won't push up there because that pressure and air can escape through this route. And when you want to fill the tank, you remove the cap, you obviously open it there, you're filling it with fuel, and the air in the tank can still escape through the overflow pipe. What used to be the overflow pipe, and it's now become a vent pipe. I think this is going to work really well. And with better light and a screwdriver, I pulled this pipe off and I've got fuel here. So looks like I couldn't see very well in here yesterday. So I can conclude that fuel supply is not a problem. Could be fuel pump, and if it's not a fuel problem, it's a spark problem. Just going to quickly pull off this dizzy cap while I'm here. Have a look in there. Hey, what is going on here? Why is this rotor rotating freely? That's not good. What the hell? Is the drive broken or something? That will be a freaking disaster.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I think I found a problem. It's probably hard for you to see, but this clamp right here, I don't think it was gripping properly because the dizzy is lifted. So that means those little keyways was not engaging properly. Let's just pull it out to inspect things in there and make sure everything is good. Yeah, these keys here, they look good. So that's not a problem. Yeah, and I hope you can see the drive in there. Well, that still looks fine as well. Thank the fabrication gods for that. Imagine that was the problem. We would have had to take the whole freaking engine out and split it and whatnot. Phew. I've shot my trouble. So this clamp right here, yeah, it wasn't gripping properly. There was something wrong with it, and even with the little bolt tight, yeah, it just didn't work that well. So I bent it and maneuvered it a little bit, and now it seems good. So what happened was, you know, with all the shaking my bumpy dirt road, the distributor moved upwards, and as you can see here from the keys, I mean, it only needs to move up by probably around 5 millimeters or so for this to become disengaged. And that's exactly what happened. I'm just going to double check that this clamp is gripping the distributor body properly, and then I can stick it all back together again. Okay, this is back in, located. I timed it with a static timing light. Link here on the screen to a video where we did that if you want to see how it works. This clamp is gripping properly now. This is not going to move. So let's see if she'll start. Ignition and fire. Problem solved. Alright, let's go see how far we get this time. I want to make sure that it's right before I let the swimboat take her first test drive. I mean, I don't want her to break down. Not on that first drive anyway. It's winter here now. I don't want to sleep on the couch. This road is really bad. It's got some pretty nasty holes, so I think I'm going to have to go pretty slow. Get a good workout for the suspension, and we'll find out if the wheels touch the wheel arches or not. Oh, feels good. 1.5 kilometers of dirt road behind us. So far so good. Let's get onto the tar road and see what happens. We're up to about 80 miles an hour. Definitely running out of steam there, no doubt because of those small little back wheels. I'll slow down a little bit again, because it becomes a little noisy I suppose. But yeah, so far so good. Steady on the road. No rattles on this. So that's nice. Yes, I think we're getting somewhere. Adjust the brakes a little bit, that can be better.
But you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood. Run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of But you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood. Run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You
I
take
think my main criticism so far is the brakes. I'm not that happy with them and I think they can be better. So hopefully some adjustment, maybe they just settled and seated because the wheel cylinders, master cylinder, all that is brand new. So I'm really hoping it's just an adjustment. We will find out. And we made it back to the shop in one piece. What a fun little car to drive, eh? Couple of small things to sort out, but I'm super happy. Those wheel arches and my suspension setup worked out perfectly. Even here on these bumpy dirt roads and in hard cornering like I did in that previous video. Never any issues with tires rubbing, none of that. I'm very happy. So in conclusion, on my mechanical list then is the brakes. I want to see if I can get them better, adjust them up a little bit more, make sure they're proper. And then I also want to mess a little bit with the idle adjustment screws here on the carburetor. It's not quite what it can be, I think. It's got a slight flat spot, but we'll get it sorted. And then I'll just clean it up a little bit, do a few other outstanding things like I've been mentioning, and then we can let the swimmer take it for a drive and see how that turns out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you folks in the next video, eh? Until then, as always, have a lucky one, my brothers and sisters.
Whatever makes you happy, it just depends on you. So think a little bigger and